going to absorb it in something? Dryer? That's a good word, a dryer. Yeah, absorb it in a dryer. Another piece of plant in AGI. It's all there in the diagram. It's all there in the notes. Think about that because somehow EDF energy needs to tweak the behaviour of this plant to make sure that we get the absolute optimum gas composition, to maintain the absolute optimum balance between graphite strength and time, basically, so the reactors keep operating. This is the principal nuclear technology in the UK, is it not? So you ought to understand the AGI. Okay. Barry, did we get anywhere with the section notes on the radiation protection?
Forget to write any of them, answer any of his questions.
Right.
Get this out of the way.
Even if you try, if you have the right answer, he just doesn't hear you and shuts up.
I never take the answer, but that's not an answer. He did ask. Look what you guys
When
do.
he says it, it's just, someone tell me an answer.
What radiation
Background.
Yes. I'm glad it's background, or something more serious. Now, I had a more specific term in mind.
Cosmic.
Quite interesting, people have curious things in their pockets. Not very much, is there, at the moment? What sort of radiation will this machine detect? Yep. Good word, ionising. Any elaborate? Will it, for example, detect alpha particles?
No.
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 Why not?
They can't penetrate the...
They can't penetrate the window. Yes, alpha particle range is very, very short. Okay. In that case, what is the danger that alpha emitting isotopes present to us? Ingestion. Why?
Be absorbed by human tissue.
They deposit energy in a very short range, yes, and if they're in your lungs, that's not good for the cells, is it? Okay, so we're not detecting alpha. What are we detecting? Primarily in the air in this room.
Gamma.
Gamma? Where would the gamma be coming from?
Radon.
Nope.
Sun.
Some of it's coming from you. Potassium-40. Weak gamma emitter. But most of what you're detecting is beta. It's in the air. Where's that come from?
Radon.
Radon in the air. Okay. Now then. Everyday household object from the last century. Watch carefully. It's about a metre. No real effect. That's a significant piece of information. It's about half a metre. The rate's gone up a little bit. What kind of radiation is this emitting? No, that wasn't the question. Is it gamma?
No.
Inverse square law applies. So I gave you three pieces of data. 1 metre, half a metre. Not much there either. Needs to be quite close range. That was gamma. You pick it up over there as well. It's not, it's beta. What are the characteristics of beta emission? Sorry? Yes. It's an electrode, right? But what else can you tell me about beam emissions in general? Do they have a unique energy, for example? No, they don't. A range of energies. Balance between the energy that you measure and the theoretical maximum being carried off by another particle, which is
Antineutrino.
the neutrino. Okay. It's a gas matter, by the way, coated in thorium. They don't make them anymore, but it's legal in here because it's an everyday household object. Right, can we get this slide?
Yeah, exactly. Shit, we've both got cancer.
Actually, it's in his head, but
Wouldn't want to wash yourself.
That is going
I
to
thought it was
provide
going to
you with
be like a
some quick
bunch.
questions.
It's a gas coming from thorium.
Yeah.
That's not right.
What do you use that
That
for?
sounds really good. I think back in the day, I used to don't use it enough. So you know, like, this is one of these I bring in like some everyday house in London, like some bar stove, maybe a can of Coke. It's like
Thorium.
this is
Friend of mine
really,
has.
Anything you're supposed to know about the radiation
that nothing to do with it.
spectrum? You should all know the difference between radiation and radioactivity. And please note that the media always gets it wrong. You will always get people on TV talking about leaks of radiation from nuclear plant. When you think about the words, it's nonsense. You should be able to define the units of radioactive decay with a little more confidence than anything that you just managed to do. So it's worth rehearsing that. You should know about radionuclides and what makes unstable radionuclides unstable and what does not. And so forth, and you should be able to understand the basic radionuclide charge of this. I wasn't in the lecture, so I'm not sure about that. You've given some examples of natural sources of radiation. You've spoken about radon. Man-made sources of radiation is fairly obvious. The interaction of radiation with matter, we just had a rehearsal about some aspects of that. You should know all of that. And you should know your units and definitions and calculations. It's the absolute basis of working with radioactive material. We've actually spoken just briefly about the inverse square law in a practical sense, so I won't go there again. This presentation is on Blackboard already. We haven't got it printed for you, but we have got questions, suggested questions printed for you, which you hopefully picked up. And the answers are also on Blackboard already, so you'll be able to work through them now if you don't have the time. You should be able to address these questions and we monitor gamma activity. Very obvious. Personal protection against radiation, distance, shielding, film badges, appropriate clothing, all of that stuff is all in there. How much you can bring in compared to the legal limits set by medics. Household calculations to work out what is the physical concentration of a particular isotope in the atmosphere, for example. Another question she posed to you, which she also gives the answer. Fuel being monitored for gross beta gamma activity contains a weak beta source, tritium. How are you actually going to measure a very weak beta source? Do we want to shout out the words? Liquid scintillation counting. Have a look at the answer, it's on there, it's very important to know. Some simple calculations of the sort that you're expected to be able to do. Calculate a dose from a dose rate, or a dose rate from a dose, the appropriate information, and sometimes, as in this case, a piece of particularly relevant information. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you always have to use every piece of information that's given to you in question. You might not need it. Have the confidence in your convictions if that's the case. But above all else, as it says over here, answer the question that's actually being asked. Don't answer the question you wish you had been asked. So many people do that. All of the answers to these questions are there, so I'm not going to go through that. Barry needs this chance. We're not getting any questions from you, so I'm kind of assuming you know everything that you think you need to know. If I'm right, that's dangerous. I don't know everything I need to know. So don't be afraid to ask questions. We're still here until at least 4 o'clock. Barry, take it. Oh, one thing I'll show you while Barry just says next. You're all going to know more of this later. As I know, I spoke a lot about graphite. This is a piece of graphite, the very first Chicago pile that was used to produce plutonium for the Japanese bombs in 1942. CP1 it's called. It is moderately radioactive, completely shielded by its glass dome. So you can tell what kind of radiation it is.
Alpha.
Beta.
It isn't actually. It's very, very weak visual. Were you going to ask any different questions? You had hands.
Yeah. Do we need to know the derivation for steady state temperature as a function of the radius?
I have no idea.
It was in last year's exam.
Well, if it was in last year's exam, it's potentially in this year's exam.
It's not in our notes, and I was wondering if it is on the syllabus.
Yes. People are meant to use their brains. If you think you're going to get a good engineering degree by simply parroting back stuff off PowerPoint that's on Blackboard, you are seriously misguided. When you get out there in the real world, you've got to use the knowledge you have and apply it. And I'll give you an example of a previous question, or at least it was, I don't even know if it was actually used. But there was a question that was proposed to be used on the Large Hadron Collider, because that was topical, and because the information that had been given in the lectures was enabling you to answer the question. Frighten people to death. You've got the knowledge you need to answer the questions if you use your brains, and if you go to all the lectures, and if you listen to what people are saying, and if you look at what's on Blackboard. That's the combination.
Tim said at the beginning of the lecture that everything's going to be on
He
Blackboard.
was speaking on his own behalf.
Oh, okay.
He has that opinion about what he says. If he's told you everything that he needs to know, you need to know if his topic is on the slides, then fine. I'm saying I'm wrong. Nasty character. I think people should be able to use their brains. I'm just warning you. Don't assume that you've been told everything you would ever need to write down in this exam. It won't work.
Okay, I want to talk about nuclear materials. There's been a question on nuclear materials every year, so I suspect there's going to be one this year. This year I started out talking about units. And this all started because this diagram here, which doesn't look very well, which is a picture of how material properties change with a certain unit. So you've got a change in material properties, and you've got to relate that to some unit of radiation. So what's that unit of radiation going to be? And that's where we started off. So what I've done, I've put on Blackboard a list of questions for you to go through that will take you through my notes, and hopefully draw out what I think you need to know in those notes. So we'll start off with a question related to, I'll give you a copy of these, and these are on Blackboard with the solutions. We'll start off with a magnet Knox reactor, which is essentially a right cylinder with umpteen fuel channels in it. And then the first question is asking you what is the difference between fuel rating and fuel burnup? So anybody any idea? What's a rate?
Something over time.
Yeah, so it's something that's happening over time, yes. And what do you think burnup is?
The amount, the sort of percentage that's going to...
The amount that's happened over time. Yeah, that's essentially right. Fuel rating is the rate at which radiation damage is happening to a material. And fuel burnup is the accumulation of that damage over time. And I think what this is telling you below. And fuel rating is given very often in megawatts per tonne of uranium. So how you come by that, you take the power, the thermal power of the reactor, not the electrical power, the thermal power of the reactor, and divide it by the number of tonnes of uranium in the core. And that will give you a measure of core burn-up. But often you just want channel burn-up, which is perhaps an individual channel here. That's easily obtained because you can obtain that either by assuming that all the burn-up is by calculating the burn-up of the fuel in a particular channel, which you can obtain by the input and output temperature, which the operators will know, and the amount of power and time that's been irradiated will give you the fuel burn-up. Okay. Another unit I talked about was DPA. Anybody know what that stands for?
Displacement per active.
Right. And what does that infer? If I said I've got a component, and at some point in that component there was 10 dPa, what do you think would have happened to the atoms at that point?
Hit by neutrons.
Yeah, every atom had been displaced 10 times. Quite remarkable when you think about it. Quite remarkable that a material after that sort of displacement can even look the same. Examples of that would be graphite in an AGR at the end of life has got something like 20 dPa, 20 displacements per atom. Pressure vessel steel, that should get 1 or 2 dPa, and the TWR perhaps even less, because it's a long way away from the core. Whereas cladding in a fast reactor at the end of life could have something like 200 dPa, because the flux is so much more powerful. Right. Somebody mentioned flux earlier. What is the flux in a reactor? How is it described?
It's the number of neutrons flowing through a unit area per second.
Yeah. So it's the number of neutrons flowing through an area per second, and they are flowing in all sorts of random directions. Well, flux is often used as a unit of damage to material. But what's the difficulty in using that unit?
Neutrons are
It changes based on direction.
different
Changing the
energies.
direction, and it's a whole spectrum, isn't it?
The neutron flux is reactive defined by spectrum of energies relative.
If this is a plot of flux, you can get something like this, where this is energy, and this is flux. Not very useful as a unit. So what do we use instead of just flux as a unit? No. Fluence is an integral flux. What you do, you integrate it over an energy range. So if you integrated it, say, from E1 to E2, you carry out that integral, you just get one number.
Different people every day. Different people every day.
And so integrated flux is used as a measure of radiation damage. But there are other difficulties. Which we'll come on to in a bit. Somebody mentioned what the difference fluence earlier. What is fluence?
Flux integrated over time.
Yeah, it's flux integrated over time. What other expression is used for fluence very often? Dose, yeah. Tends not to be nowadays because it gets confused with dose to a person. The preferred unit now is flux. Right, I've got a number of units here. Newtons per centimetre squared. What is that? Flux or a fluence? Fluence, did somebody say? Yeah, you're right. Maybe what days per tonne? Yes, burn up. It's a burn up. Displacements per atom per second.
Flux.
Yeah, flux. Or a rate of damage. Newtons per centimetre squared per second.
Flux.
Flux, yeah. Gigawatt per tonne.
Fuel rating.
Yeah. And dPA.
Fluence.
It's a measure of accumulated damage, isn't it? The answers are there for you anyway. Coming back to flux. Historically, various units have been used for years since the 1940s to explain damage to materials. The earliest one really that was used was Vernal. Vernal was the fuel adjacent to the damaged material. Later on, the activation of a metal coil was used, such as cobalt, nickel, iron, that position of interest. And also, we mentioned that integrated flux was used. Why are all those units unsatisfactory? What's the problem with using those sort of units? What does it depend on?
Material.
Depend on the materials in the reactor, yeah. Which is the reactor design, isn't it? So if you've got a heavy water reactor, those things are going to be something different than a graphite moderated reactor or a pressurized water reactor. So all those sort of units are tied to the reactor design. What is the preferred unit that people would prefer, well, that is preferred today, do you think?
Equivalent neutron flux.
You know, if you were doing an experiment today
EDN.
and you were radiating some material, what unit would it be preferable for you to use?
EDN.
dPA.
Yeah, displacements per atom. Why?
This doesn't rely on design.
No, it's telling you actually what's happened to the material, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. There's a few words of wisdom there. I talked about equivalent damage, and that was the first attempt to define damage to a material in a reactor related to a standard unit. Can any of you remember what equivalence was all about?
Different materials absorb different types of radiation are absorbed differently by materials.
No, you just need to put with
Dado is a bit.
You have two nuclear reactors.
Is everything done by
Little one,
the
same as
or is
big
it
one.
just a random one?
No, that's a random. It's just a random reactor. And, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And this is where you're going to, this is a material test reactor, so you're going to radiate some material in there. When you're trying to design this reactor, you need some way to relate the irradiation here to the irradiation there. And empirically, by carrying out lots of experiments, people found that the ratio of damage that occurred here to the flux there was the same as the ratio of damage here to the flux there. So what equivalence is about is finding the equivalent radiation you'd have to do here to give the same damage to the material in the reactor you're designing. I'm not going to go through that in any more detail. There's, as I say, in these notes, that's described. Some description there, there's whatever's in the notes as well. In the overheads, rather. I should have asked this question first. Why are we worried about all this? We've got data. Why are we worried about all these different units? You went to work for EDF. Why would you have to start worrying about all these units that date back to sort of 1940? What would you use to design a reactor?
Old reactors.
Huh?
Old reactors, like previous ones.
Yeah, old data. There's a vast amount of information out there dating back to the 1940s on the radiation damage to material. And it's in all sorts of units. So you need to know